Yeah. All right. I just wanted to come back and like kind of finish up what I was saying because I had to cut it off. Otherwise, YouTube would have chopped up my video, and I never I mean at that point, really, when do I know you know I mean if I'm gonna do a full video, it's gonna be because the whole thing is gonna be uploaded, and not just little bits and pieces of it. But I just wanted to come back and um I mean, just basically just do even a briefer video, probably in a couple of minutes or whatever. But I just want to say that in a lot of these cases, like when you meet a parent, I'm not saying this happened in my case because personally, I mean, hey, I don't know what goes on over there. I don't even really even know where they are or anything. I mean, I know they're in the state or whatever, but that's all I really do know, pretty much. I mean, but the thing is like a lot of these, a lot of the parents, like it's very um common. I don't know how common, but I've heard some crazy stories where the alienating parent, which is the one obviously common sense, the one who's doing the alienating, um says that like parents such as the targeted parents, like abuse the child, or like he abused me or something, like abuse within like spousal abuse, or in my case it would be you know abusing against my girlfriend or something. Like that's a common theme amongst parental alienation cases. Like you can Google it, you can YouTube it, man. You can sit there and watch stories for days on end about crazy stories, you know um but it is a common theme. Honestly, like I said, I have only met my kid a handful of times, and every single time that I've even been with my kid, I mean, I never got a chance to even be alone with my kid or anything. I mean, really, I mean, come on, dude. I mean, but her, like my ex, I mean, you know, I don't know what she told my kid, but I couldn't have treated that girl better. Honestly, I mean, literally, I treated her like a pot of gold, man. Brought her around my friends. Her house burnt down back in the day. I let her stay with me. She ate my food. She slept on my bed. You know, I did her. Her clothes were kept clean. You know, nobody ever asked this girl for a dime. Her sister followed suit because I guess her sister wanted to come too, because that's how it was back then. I guess wherever she went, her sister wanted to go. Whatever. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, me and her sister really wasn't nice to me at all. But well, I mean, what was I gonna do? Sit there and you know. I just I mean, their house burnt down. I wasn't gonna be a jerk. I mean, I'm not a jerk. Period. Even when people are jerks to me, I don't. If anything, I'll just walk away. I don't deal with stupid stuff, man. I'm not the argumentative type of person. I do have my days. Don't get me wrong, but in the grand scheme of things, I just, man, hey, I don't even make time for it, man. I'll go the other way, man. But I mean, the thing is I mean, in these cases, a lot of these cases, like, don't believe a parent. Now, I'm not saying that the parent is lying about this, because a parent could be telling the truth. Because, like I said in my last video, a lot of people scream parental alienation. I'm not saying a lot of people, but there are some people out there that scream parental alienation. It's not really parental alienation. Like, sometimes these parents really did do some crazy off the wall things or whatever, you know. But you know, parental alienation is not, it's not like that. Parental alienation is just straight up victimization of the child and the targeted parent. Like, the targeted parent didn't do nothing but try to love, his or her kid, and obviously the kid is innocent either way. Um, but in a lot of these cases, abuse is a common theme where the parent says something against the targeted parent, um, you know, and it's just like, unless you have proof of something, like, do you have on camera, do you have the father or the mother abusing you or the child or themselves or anybody else? Like, do you have it on camera? Because unless you have it on camera, like you have me on camera talking to you, unless you have the proof, you know um I mean, come on, man. Really, like, anybody can walk into a police station and say, he did this or she did that. Like, anybody can do that. you know you don't need, I mean, that proves nothing. A police report, really? I can walk into a police station right now and make up some off the wall story. I mean, it's their job. They have to jot it down. That proves nothing. I mean, even a conviction means nothing, really. I mean, anybody can, I mean, really. I mean, do you have solid proof of the person, you know, you know, aside from he said, she said, you know? Because when it comes to parental alienation, you know, like in my case, there's other people that know that are, there's other people that are well aware of what's going on. And these people obviously aren't, you know, they're just snakes, man. I mean, let's just call it what it is. I'm not sitting here taking shots at anybody, but you know, a snake is a snake, and you know, they're just snakes. Unfortunately, my kid is putting her trust into, you know, a group of people that are just snakes, plain and simple. And you know, anybody who supports a situation that, you know, obviously is horribly ignorant to it, or is just a bystander saying, it's none of my business. Well, it is. It is your business, because you mean to tell me that if you saw somebody get shot a block away, you know, you would just shut your mouth? Maybe you would, but at the same time, really, you still know what's going on. I mean, you could sit there and cover your eyes all you want to, but if you know the truth, you know, and you really care about this kid's well-being, then, you know, if you don't do anything to try to help, try to better the situation, and you just pass it off as, well, it's none of my business. Well, you know, that's, you know, like, what are you going to do if you see a parent, you know, beating the crap out of their kids? Are you just going to sit there and say, well, it's none of my business? Maybe you would, but in that case, you're a punk. Do something. And at least, if you don't want to sit there and confront the situation, fine, but call the cops or something, man. You know, like get involved. You know, I mean, really, I mean, if you know the truth at that point, you're already involved. So I mean, if you just lay low, then you're just being a punk. I mean, you don't even really. You may as well be the one abusing that kid. But I'm kind of going off on something else. I just wanted to make that point really quick, that in these cases there are a lot of he said, she said, you know, yeah, he did do this, he did do that, and it's usually family members or close friends or something. I mean, really, man, like, there's a lot of he said, she said things. Like, is there anything concrete? Do you have any videos of anything? Do you have any, you know, I'm not even talking about tape recorder. I'm talking about actual videos, man. You know, do you have a cell phone video? Or in my case, back in the day, this was before cell phone cameras, even before cell phones, man. I mean, really, there were cell phones around, but it wasn't nothing like it is today. Like, do you have a camcorder video or something? Like, do you have, I mean, I'm not even saying that this is happening in my situation at all. I don't know what's going on over there, really. I don't, you know. But I'm saying in a lot of situations, you know, it is it is a very, very common theme. Kind of like Christmas is red and green. That's the theme of Christmas. Well, in parental alienation, a lot of cases, you know, like, you know, alienators will do anything. They'll pull a rabbit out of their hat if it's possible, man. You know, like, it's one desperate attempt after another to keep the kid away from the parent. And the closer the kid gets to, you know, the parent, the more outlandish, you know. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, the lighting's kind of horrible in here because it goes from sunny to snowy to sunny. It's like oscillating back and forth, man. It's weird. But yeah, sorry about the lighting. But yeah, I got maybe a couple more minutes left. But you know, abuse is you know, unless you have somebody on camera doing something, don't believe it, man. I mean, if you know, every time you see a father or a mother, you know, you see a kid that you know, a single parent or something, they very well could be a single parent, but at the same time, you know, real single parents don't wake up in the morning and do this. That's not a single parent. A single parent is not somebody that willingly says, okay, I'm going to take you away from your daddy or your mommy. That's called being a single parent by choice. These parents didn't have to be single parents. Real single parents don't have a choice. Real single parents, you know, don't have a choice for one reason or another. Maybe they were in an abusive situation, or the father or mother just, you know, tucked tail and ran the other way, or whatever. But when you have, you know, situations like this with a loving father or a loving mother, and you decide to just, you know, do what you do, then that's not being a single parent at all. That's just basically playing by your own rules and manipulating the situation to do, you know, to make it, you know, to basically just do whatever you want to do for your selfish reasons. But it has nothing. It's not you know, I mean, to sit there and, you know, like, have some proof. You know, and any kids out there that might be watching this video, if mommy or daddy's telling you that, your other half was being abusive, I'm not saying don't listen to him, but at the same time, take it with a grain of salt, because a lot of people say a lot of things, even your mother and your father. Go for proof. Don't sit there and listen to grandma or auntie or unkie or whoever, man. Proof. Go for the proof. Go for the proof. If you're going to step in the batter's box, don't just swing the bat. Swing it to hit a home run. Don't just go for the proof, man. Like, do you have video? Do you have something? Anything? Like, just a video. Do you have not a police report? Not he said, she said. Do you have something to go on? It's that simple. Like, there's a lot of people walking around with saying a lot of things, and it doesn't, it's just, a lot of people say a lot of things, man. That's just what people do, especially situations like this are, there's a lot involved. I mean, the last thing that a parent wants is for their kid to find out the truth, because then what? I mean, the name of the game is control. It's not even about money. It's more about, I'm going to take your kid away from you because for some reason I don't like you. So instead of being an adult about it and, pulling you aside and say, hey, look, I'm not too fond of you. This is what you did. And being an adult about it, these people tend to, be irrational and use their kid as a bomb or a gun or whatever, a weapon, So again, I'm just making this video to reach people, to reach deaf ears. Whether you're a kid, you might be going through it if you suspect something, or if you're a mother or a father and you're going through what I'm going through. All right, that's all I got to really say about this. Have a nice day. Goodbye, guys.